Hi everybody, it's Miss Bella. Sorry I am out, so this is the recording of your lesson for Tuesday, November 19th. Okay, the first thing you can see, I have my home screen pulled up right now. Do not forget to look at your WAG. It gives you what you're supposed to do for the week. So Monday, you had your lesson introduction. Tuesday you had a reading session and Class Connect was canceled because I'm out of office. Wednesday you have a reading session. Okay, so this is where it's important. You see on Thursday your unit test is due, and there's also the review on here. If you click on the unit test, you can get right to it from my WAG. You can also get to it from the content, but I just wanted to show you this. And it says, please use the following review to help you prepare for the test so you don't have to fail. Here is a review link. So then this opens up in another window, and this is a practice, and it has the questions and answers that you'll be needing to review on the quiz. Or I'm sorry, the test. Also, during our Thursday lesson, we will be doing a review during Class Connect for that Unit 3 test, and I will be giving you guys some time to take that test during class. One more reminder, if you did not complete your TGA from last week, you need to do that. If you're like, I don't know what she's talking about, you can simply just go to your grades tab right here, and it will bring up all the assignments that you have. And if you scroll down to your 3.04 menus for health, it will bring that up and you just click on it and get to it. And remember, there's an alternate assignment I offered, but I offered it during Class Connect because it's a bonus for coming, and also during my weekly video announcement. So if you're not watching those, you are really missing out, and you would get to that right here where it says weekly video announcement 3.04 journal menus for health TGA alternative. You can click on that and learn all about it. So if you want to do that alternative, you can. Okay, so I'm going to actually go in right now and let's just get into our lesson. Okay, so you'll notice where it says 11:22, no new content. That means that you're not going to be learning anything new or having any other assignments other than your final exam. So you really need to be using that time to get any missing work done that you have to get done. So we are going to be learning about healthy cooking today. And since it isn't a live CC, there are some of the slides I don't really need to go through. Okay, our passing rate is a 67%. So a little question to ask yourself, what do you feel is the #1 obstacle to eating healthy in your life? In our objectives today, we're going to be assessing the effects of our lifestyle, selecting ingredient substitutions, analyzing causes, treatment, and prevention of childhood obesity, selecting cooking methods, explaining how enzyme reactions are involved, and describing various food preservations. Okay, so another little activity you can do on your own. You've been given the task for preparing a healthy meal for your family. What are you making? And remember, you can always go to My Plate and look for activities there. So here's selecting food. Fresh is usually the best. Frozen and canned food can be healthy too. Preparation and packaging has improved. So frozen foods can be stored up to a year. Vegetables with fruit without sauces, added salt or sugar. Frozen meals with less than 700 milligrams of sodium per serving. Cheese, you want to get reduced fat, light 2% is less saturated. Canned foods, they can be stored 1 to 2 years. Fruit and juice or water, no syrup or added sugar. Beans, soups, meat, tomato sauce, vegetables, and broth with no added salt. Then we have our grains. Choose whole grains. Look for the word whole in the first ingredient. Oats, brown rice, quinoa, and popcorn are whole grains. Meat, you want to choose the leanest cuts of meat to reduce saturated fat. Ground beef, you always want to get that at least 90% lean. And for drinks, look for fewer ingredients. So fresh or processed. Farm to table describes the practice of buying food directly from a farm instead of a store where food is mass produced or imported. Almost 2 million farms in the U.S., about 80% are small farms. The USDA online search engine can help you find a farmer's market near you. For many reasons, experts believe that the best produce you can buy is the produce that is grown close to you because it's like in season. So healthy cooking and baking, you want to use alternative ingredients. So fat, sodium, and refined sugar are the biggest concerns in healthy cooking. We have our substitutions that can make it healthier. So here are just some ingredients, and if you want to look up on your own substitutions for those. And this is, you know, where you can play around with it and do that. You could write it on a sheet of paper at home. Healthy cooking and baking. So you want to use alternative ingredients. Fat, sodium, refined sugar are the biggest concerns. So you can look up some different substitutions that can make your food more healthy. And then we're going to be moving on to cooking methods. So these are different kinds of cooking methods, and those are the pictures with it. So we have braising, grilling, broiling or roasting, and microwaving. So microwaving is a very rapid method of cooking. It can be used for pre-cooked meats, processed meats such as bacon, hot dogs, meatloaf, and some boneless fresh meat cuts. So in choice D, you see someone microwaving. And then we have braising. This is moist meat wet method for cooking where meat is cooked in a closed container with added fluid. It's used for tougher cuts of meat, and the temperature should just be above 200 degrees. So as you can see right here for A, that is braising. It's in a pot, and they actually have it open right there, and you can see it's in liquid. Broiling and roasting, you cook food surrounding them with hot, dry air. It's suitable for tender cuts of meat. You usually do it between 300 to 350. So we can see right here where someone's putting that turkey in the oven. That's an example of broiling or roasting. And then we have grilling. This is a popular method for cooking steaks, chicken, kebabs, sausage, usually at temperatures lower than 300. You know, it also depends on the cut and what you're trying to do. And the picture of that is the letter C down here. Okay, and then we have healthy cooking and baking. When meat is heated intensely, dangerous compounds called HCAs can be produced. This can happen with grilling, pan frying, electric grilling, or boiling. It can produce carcinogens, which are cancer-causing substances. You want to avoid blackened or charred meats. Bake versus fried. Bake is always better. So we have different cooking methods for veggies. To stir fry is to fry quickly over high heat. So you get that a lot with Asian foods. You could see in letter B. There's an example of that. And then for steaming, we have an example of steaming where it's a method of cooking that requires moist heat. The heat is created by boiling water, which evaporates. So in A, you can see that right there. That's steaming, and they actually have a little steaming pot above it. And then for boiling, this is when, you know, you put the liquid in and the liquid hits a boiling point. And then you usually do that to cook vegetables or pasta. That is the example right there is C. And then we have roasting, where you see the example in D where it's in that pan in the oven. You usually use that dry heat and hot air to surround the food and cook it evenly. So then you want to know which method loses the most nutrients when cooking and why. So boiling, you have to be really careful with boiling because you can boil out all the nutrients in it if you cook it for too long. And then we're moving on to enzyme reactions in cooking. So these reactions occur when fruits and vegetables slowly start to deteriorate due to enzymatic reactions. As spoilage can be halted in various ways. Vegetables can be blanched prior to freezing. Also preserves the nutrient content. Preserving food by canning stops microbial growth. Enzyme reactions due to cooking. So we have the Maillard reaction. Bread crust turns golden brown when cooking. Also steak, coffee beans, and caramel. Enzymes added to foods. The right type of enzyme is needed for foods you eat to digest or break down, like lactase. This enzyme that digests milk sugar, the lactose, can be added to milk to make a product people with lactose intolerance can drink. Yeah, and for example, my kids at home are lactose intolerant, so we always have to get that special milk. Okay, and right here, this is just a little activity, and you can see there is a YouTube video up here if you want to go to it and watch a video, and it would help you learn all these different methods of food preservation. And then that also continues on this page. You can see these are the answers, so you could always pause the screen and look through it to see how well you did. Then we're moving on to feeding children. So habits you develop as a child can carry into adulthood. Good habits can reduce your risk of obesity and disease. Focus on fruits and veggies. Build good habits early. Experiment with many different options. Calcium for bone building. Majority of bone density is formed by age 21. At least 3 servings of calcium-rich foods every day. Vitamin D is also necessary for calcium absorption. And then here's just a little video for childhood obesity and information that in the U.S., 1 out of 5 children is obese. We're actually the leaders in childhood obesity, and it's doubled in 30 years. And I believe it's because of, all the fast food and everything we're putting in the food. So I want you to think about what proactive ways we can help prevent childhood obesity. And then a little show what you know, which is important because this is on your test. The golden brown crust of bread is an example of which reaction, and that is a Maillard reaction. Remember, that's when the crust turns brown. And then here's my sign-off page. Don't forget, on Thursday, we will be doing our Unit 3 review during Class Connect. Next week is Thanksgiving break. The final exam does open Monday, December 2nd, and is due Friday, December 6th. There is STAR testing. The retesting is Wednesday, December 4th through Tuesday, December 10th. So during that time, we will not have Class Connect sessions just because I will be at a testing site and I will be sending out a reminder on that. All assignments and grades lock on Friday, December 13th. Guys, this is a non-negotiable, so you need to make sure that you're getting that work done. Reach out to me. Use all the test and quiz reviews on the pages and watch those TGA videos. And I will see you on Thursday. Bye-bye.